You don't wake up one day and randomly decide you're falling behind. It builds slowly. It starts with small delays that don't seem serious. You tell yourself you'll start tomorrow, we'll get serious next week. You'll fix it when things calm down. And then life stays busy. Time keeps moving. And one day you look up, and the thought hits you hard. It should be further by now. That sentence doesn't just come from pressure. It comes from fear. Fear that you're wasting time. Fear that you're not reaching your potential. Fear that you're becoming stuck while everyone else moves forward. And if you've been carrying that feeling quietly, day after day, I want you to know something first. You're not alone. This is FrameUS. And today we're going to talk about what it really means to feel behind in life, why it happens to good people, and exactly what to do next, so you can rebuild momentum without panic, without hype, and without fake motivation. Because the truth is, most people aren't behind in life. They're behind in one or two areas, and it's affecting everything else. When you feel behind financially, it affects your confidence. When you feel behind in your career, it affects your motivation. When you feel behind in your health, it affects your energy. When you feel behind mentally, it affects your focus. And when those areas start slipping at the same time, you don't just feel behind, you feel lost. You feel like you're running but not moving, and that feeling is heavy, especially in the US right now, where everything feels expensive, competitive, and fast. People are working full-time and still stressed about money. People are trying to build a future while paying bills, managing debt, staying healthy, and dealing with pressure from every direction. So if you're overwhelmed, that doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're living in a world that demands a lot. Now here's the part that matters. Pressure doesn't automatically destroy you. What destroys you is when you don't have a system, when you don't have structure, when your days become random, because random days create random results. And random results make you feel behind. So the first step is not motivation, it's clarity. You need to get honest about what behind means for you, not what it means online, not what it means for your friends. For you, are you behind in money, career, health, discipline, confidence, relationships? Pick the top 2 areas that bother you the most. Just 2, not 10. Because when you try to fix everything, you get overwhelmed and quit. The comeback starts with focus. Once you pick the top 2 areas, ask yourself one simple question. What small habit have I been avoiding that would move me forward? Not a huge plan, not a life overhaul. Small habit. Because big changes don't last when you're already stressed. But small habits can survive almost any day. If you're behind financially, the habit might be tracking your spending for 5 minutes a day. If you're behind in your career, the habit might be learning one skill for 20 minutes a day. If you're behind in health, the habit might be a 20-minute walk after work. If you're behind mentally, the habit might be starting your day without your phone for 20 minutes so your mind can breathe. These are not dramatic habits, but they are powerful because they are repeatable. And repeatable actions are what close the gap. Most people stay behind because they're trying to fix big problems with emotional motivation. Motivation feels good for a day, then it fades. What you need is consistency that doesn't depend on feelings. And consistency starts when you stop negotiating with yourself every day. That negotiation is what drains you. Should I do it today? Do I have energy? Can I start tomorrow? The more you negotiate, the more you delay. And delay is how people lose years. So you need small non-negotiables. 1 or 2 daily actions you do no matter what. Even on bad days, especially on bad days. That's discipline, not being extreme, being consistent. Now let's talk about something that makes this feeling worse. Comparison. When you feel behind, your mind starts scanning for proof that you're losing. Social media gives you unlimited proof. People post promotions, vacations, weddings, new apartments, new cars, and it makes you feel late, but what you're really seeing is edited success. You're not seeing their stress, their debt, their mental health struggles, their failures, their private pain. You're seeing their best moments. And if you compare your real life to someone else's best moment, you'll always feel behind. So here's a rule that can protect you. Stop measuring your life by other people's outcomes. Measure your life by your habits. Because outcomes are delayed. Habits are daily. You can control habits today. You can't control outcomes instantly. When you measure habits, you stop feeling helpless. You start feeling in control. And control is peace. Now, there's another reason people feel behind. They don't trust themselves anymore. They've promised change too many times and didn't follow through. They've started and quit. They've planned and delayed. And after a while, they stop believing in their own potential. They start thinking they're lazy or broken. But the truth is, you don't need to become a new person overnight. You need to rebuild self-trust. And self-trust is rebuilt through small promises you actually keep. That's why your comeback has to start small. If you commit to something tiny and do it for 7 days, you create proof. Proof that you can follow through. Proof that you can be consistent. Proof that you're not stuck forever. And once you have proof, your confidence starts coming back. This is why momentum matters more than intensity. Intensity looks impressive but doesn't last. Momentum is quiet but strong. Momentum is what carries you forward even when you feel tired. You build momentum by doing small actions daily. Now, if you feel behind, you also need to understand something about modern life. Your focus is under attack all day. Notifications, emails, entertainment, stress, news, constant noise. Your attention is being pulled in 10 directions. And when your attention is scattered, your life becomes scattered. That's why so many people feel behind. Not because they're stupid, but because they're distracted. So part of your comeback is protecting your focus. You need one daily block of time where you work on your future without distractions. Even 30 minutes. Phone away. No multitasking. One goal, one direction. That time block is where your life starts changing, because the future is built in quiet time, not in busy time, not in distracted time. Quiet time. Now, let's talk about the timeline, because this is where people start panicking. They feel behind and they start thinking, I'm running out of time. And yes, time matters. You don't have forever, but panic won't help you. Panic makes you rush. Panic makes you quit. Calm action is what helps you, because when you're behind, you don't need to sprint emotionally. You need to walk steadily every day. The truth is, you can change your life faster than you think, but it won't happen in one day. It happens in months of consistent effort. You can build skills, save money, improve health, fix habits, increase confidence, but you have to stop expecting instant results. Your brain wants quick rewards. That's normal. But your future requires delayed rewards. That's what discipline is. Discipline is choosing what helps your future even if it feels uncomfortable now. And if you can do that daily, you will stop feeling behind. Not because everything becomes perfect, but because you're moving. And slow movement feels better than staying stuck. Now here's a simple reset plan you can use starting today. For 7 days, focus on 3 things. 1. Protect your sleep. Not perfectly, but consistently. Go to bed at a reasonable time and stop letting your schedule drift. To move your body daily, a walk counts. Movement resets your mind. 8. Reduces stress and helps you feel stronger. 3. Complete one daily win. One task that makes you respect yourself. Clean your room. Pay a bill. Apply for a job. Study for 20 minutes. Cook a real meal. Do something that pushes your life forward. When you stack 7 days of wins, you start feeling capable again. And capability is the beginning of confidence. Then, after 7 days, you keep going. You add one more habit, slowly, brick by brick, because that's how real lives are rebuilt. Now, I want to say something that might change how you see your situation. Feeling behind can be a gift. Not because it feels good, but because it wakes you up. It forces you to face your life honestly, and honesty is where growth begins. The people who stay stuck are the ones who stay asleep. They keep distracting themselves. They keep delaying. They keep pretending everything is fine. But you're here, you're thinking, you're aware. That means you still have fight in you. That means you still want better. And that desire is powerful if you turn it into action. So don't let the feeling of being behind turn into shame. Turn it into focus. Turn it into a plan. Turn it into daily discipline. Because you're not behind forever. You're behind because you've been living without a system, without consistency, without boundaries. And those things can change. Now, the last thing I want you to remember is this. The goal is not to catch up to other people. The goal is to catch up to your own potential. Your potential is still there. It didn't disappear. It's just buried under distractions, stress, and inconsistency. And the way you bring it back is simple. You show up. You show up today. You show up tomorrow. You keep your promises. You protect your focus. You build habits. You get stronger. You don't need a perfect life. you need a moving life. So here's what I want you to do after this video. Write down one habit you will commit to for 7 days. It's just one. Make it small and realistic. Something you can do even on hard days. Then do it. Every day for a week. And if you slip, don't quit. Reset immediately. That's the difference between people who stay behind and people who move forward. The people who move forward don't wait for perfect. They return fast, stay consistent, and over time, they win. If this message helped you, subscribe to FrameUS for more.com. Serious motivation and real guidance for modern US life. And remember, you're not behind because you're weak. You're behind because you've been scattered. But the moment you choose focus, discipline, and daily action, you stop falling behind. And you start building a comeback that actually lasts.